Brecht Contemporary Blog 5 for The Good Woman of Szechuan, the contemporary play. This week we did our dress rehearsal, so that helped us progress with the performance through making all the tech fit in, the cue lines, making them precise. If people struggled on certain lines, change them so they still fit, so we don't have to worry about adding other things. We've made the performance as a whole. It's now final. It was finalised and we did it ready for our performance in the afternoon. It helped my character because I was able to put it into the situations more, seeing it as a full run-through rather than just little bits of scenes. It's our first full run-through that we've been able to do with tech and with music and with props. We've finalised all props and they've all been made. Everything was made, created and started to be used, but people kept on forgetting props, so that was one thing we had to work on in the afternoon before we did our final performance. We finished with the music and the lighting, so that was all done and complete, so we don't have to do any more of that before the performance this afternoon. When we ran through it fully, we realised that we needed to cut out some scenes as it was a little bit too long. So we kept the messages that were in there, but we cut the scenes. We cut the scenes fully. So my character in scene 10, I cut out my wife and Mrs. Yang in there because there'd be too many costume changes. I'd be running across the stage, not being able to deliver my lines as the character because I'd have no time to get changed, no time to comprehend the situation as that character. The games and exercises used today that we warmed up with, we did a vocal warm-up that I led, making sure our vocals were fully warmed up so we could hit high notes, low notes. Anyone who was doing a lot of talking, I made sure they did a lot of tongue twisters to help with diction and clarity. And we did some projection exercises to make sure everything was finished. The physical warm-up that we did, Chelsea ran, where we were doing the regular marching, getting our body warmed up, getting our blood to the muscles, so we were ready to move, ready to perform, and in the headspace of performing. What explorative strategies did I use and did they help develop my role? Well, this week we were mainly focusing on the play, so we didn't really explore much, but we enhanced the acting style a lot, making all of our characters bigger. We needed to do a exaggeration exercise to help us do that. Also did a lot of the thinking about my character as the message rather than as the character, so I'm not slipping out of the acting style and thinking about what the character's thinking, as that's not an epic theatre. Epic theatre is about the message you portray and how extreme you portray it. So I was thinking, how would this person react in this situation? How would it impact on the message that we're trying to get across? The scenes that we rehearsed today, we did all of the scenes that we picked out to make our final performance ready. We did the tech run and finalised all of the tech, so we could do the tech run with all of the tech with no flaws and issues. We had one issue which was line learning. Not everyone knew their lines, but by the performance everyone knew the majority of the lines, and any that weren't known were changed to fit into the situation better than the actual lines themselves could. So we could cut out a few lines without making too much of a difference. We used facial expressions through each character, and I worked on how I could exaggerate my gestures and voice and the emotion in the voice to get the message across better, and the facial expressions to enhance the emotion and enhance what I'm feeling as the character, or what the character would be feeling, and making it clear that my wife was there to show selfishness, Mrs. Yang was there to show people in need, and my God was there to show the gods looking for good people but not caring too much, the lack of help and responsibility that they were given. The ideas that I had today were mainly set. I finalised my set, I brought in my costume, and we did a full dress rehearsal with props that I picked out earlier that day, that I'd finalised weeks before. The set, I got it finally set up. I put up the doors that I'd created and painted the board that day, so it'd be a lot easier for the performance. So everything was sorted and ready to go. I created the set and put it up so people could get used to using it for the dress rehearsal and then for the performance in the afternoon. How did I take risks? Well, the biggest risk I took was my exaggeration of the wife, as I feel like I needed to push her vocals further, so I tried to push her vocals so much further. It didn't work as well as I'd hoped, but it did enhance my character a lot, so I've kept it at that heightened stage, but pulled it back slightly so I got it at the exact level that I need it to get the message across best. How did we develop ideas as a group? We mainly focused on our own characters, and when it came to something we needed to talk about, we debated as a group and decided what was best for the performance and how we were going to portray it and what ideas we were going to use as a group to make it the best it could be. Everyone really took the lead of their own